Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news review. Oh God, an interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 345, released May 1996. Our price, $2.50, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That's the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel. Wait, what a dumbass. I'm sneezing. Forgetting to put this microphone in the right spot. Golly. Anyway, that's the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel. If you want to support it in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. You can get buttons, 6 set of stickers, maybe even a stencil if you really shell it out. Or you can become a channel member. The channel members, I just realized I have to change the channel membership. You don't get anything because I have no way of contacting the people who are channel members. So I have no way of getting your address or sending you the things. So if you want stickers or buttons or a stencil, Patreon. If you think you just want to give me a couple bucks, become a channel member. You also get free or early access to this channel's videos. So with that, these are the people that I get to thank for their support today. Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. And my very first YouTube channel member, Me Too Big. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's get it. Should probably not chew this gum. Let's get into this. Wait, wrong button. God, I'm struggling today. What the heck is going on? This was a request. This issue number 345 from May 1996. A request from Scrat Gaming. He's at Scrat Gaming -H3D. He wanted this one, and I'm back in the 300s. So, you know what? Ask and you shall receive. Who did this cover? I don't know. I'm going to have to go and check out Doug Guilford's Mad cover site. Richard Williams did this cover. Kind of a fun cover. I remember this cover, but it doesn't reach classic status, unfortunately. What does reach classic status is this brand new suicide ad. Just because you missed the last issue, why kill yourself? And this is a... Wait, who did? Is this Torres? Yeah. Look at that. That's an interesting signature. It just says T-O-R-E. Or maybe T-O-R-R-E. I don't see the S on it. So kind of a different signature for him. Subscribe to Mad. Use this handy postcard, which has been removed, to get your Mad subscription rolling. Wait, do you get the pin? What the hell? They sort of make it seem like you get a pin. I want to get one of those pins. Those things rule. Anyway, let's get into this. Worst table of contents of all time throughout the history of any magazine ever. In case you were wondering how I really thought about that. The surviving members of the Beatles got together recently and recorded a brand new, never-before-heard tune. How'd they do it? With an old Lennon demo tape, a little recording studio magic, and a lot of chutzpah. That's how. Seeing how these guys have more money than God, or even Bill Gates, it was a little sad to see what they would do for a quick buck. Next thing you know, they're going to be recording tunes from Mad's Beatles songbook. I remember this. I feel like there was something that happened kind of recently with this, where they did a more remastering using AI or some supercomputing. This is really cool, though, the Mad's Beatles songbook, because you have all of these different parodies of Mad songs, obviously written by Frank Jacobs, but you also have some cool illustrations, which I don't even think all of these are attributed. Okay, hold on. I miss. Okay, sorry. I just checked Mad cover site, cracked cover site for those of you who like the channel lore. Here we have gambling, and that's sung to the tune of something. Uh, I don't. Is that like? I don't know what that song is. Thinking about something in the way she. I'm thinking of an Eric Clapton song. Yeah, you get some Sergio Aragones artwork. Now, I thought this next one, Internet, sung to the tune of Yesterday. Internet, all the porn I hoped I'd ever get, twice as kinky as a penthouse pet. Oh, how I love the Internet. On my screen, I'm enticed. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that out loud. Holy shit. Oh my God. Wow. That's pretty nuts. Uh that's fucked up. Oh my God, the 90s mad was crazy. Uh I did not expect that. I did not read that. What I was most enticed by was this image of this pervert, this pedophile pervert, on the internet. And I thought this was Monty Wolverton. Obviously, this is done to look like Basil Wolverton's style, right? But this is, who is it? Dennis Langdon Jr. Dennis Langdon Jr. That's why I said that they were wrong or had things misattributed. But for sure it'd be Monty. Holy cow. Here we have this. Jeez Louise. Is this the most. This is like the worst video I've ever done. Anyway, here we have Jerry Gersten. Jerry Gersten is an amazing artist. And I talk about him a lot every single time he shows up in Mad Magazine because he has like not a ton of appearances, but I don't know, I just love his style so very much. It's just lovely. And so this is Hey Newt. This is a song parody about Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich. But boy, oh boy, just look at that. I love his style. I found something on eBay, an original piece of original art from him, the Rush Limbaugh. I want to get it so bad. It's like Rush Limbaugh in a Klansman's outfit. Very, very cool image. Here you have a talk show fan, Nowhere Man. She's a real talk show fan, parked there like a moving van, getting all the kicks she can from her TV. Dwarfs confessing that they're gay, toddlers hooked on Chardonnay, sheep abusers make her day. Here's the gay dwarfs and the Chardonnay addicted baby. Talk show fan keeps staring at the swill there. Aaron, talk show fan, the trash on the tube beats watching C-SPAN. Ricky, Maury, Montel, Sarah, Sally, Jesse, Raphael hold her in their sleazy spell of crap TV. Really cool Tom Bunk illustration. I'm going to keep chugging along. A mad look at graduations. I got to highlight some of these because, I mean, this is basically the cover story, right? And it's very good. A lot of these are just delightful. You get a job after graduating, and it's showing graduation caps. How ironic. He's a. How did you graduate? Look at I graduated. Oh, it's a bowl for his chips now. I do like this one because you don't need more than 2 panels. Right? You can kind of fill in the blank. A kindergarten, whatchamacallit, graduation. Look at this babe. She wants to join the military. She learns all about this and training. She does a good job. Oh, she's just a secretary. Just like at the start. This one, I remember this. I remember this one absolutely. It is he just gets left down by all of his pals. All of his pals made the smarter decision. Now, it's not the right decision. You shouldn't let your buddy hang his ass out all by himself, but they did make the smart decision. All things that make your flesh crawl. Oh, the sight of Dom DeLuise getting a nude rubdown. The alley behind your favorite local Chinese restaurant. Kathy Lee Gifford's Cody's stories. All things that make your flesh crawl, right? Ha! If you think those things make you queasy and shrink your bladder up to the size of a closed fist, wait until you read these chilling thoughts. Artist Rick Tolka, writer Desmond Devlin. Instead of the scary old threat of Russia's nuclear arsenal, which could have wiped out our nation 57 times over, we now have 57 countries that can each wipe us out at once. The nation formerly known as Russia. These are pretty fun, and of course, the Tolka illustrations are just absolutely great. There are scripts floating around Hollywood that have been rejected by Pauly Shore. Somewhere close, Bananarama, Vanilla Ice, and David Lee Roth are all plotting their comebacks. It's kind of funny, like seeing Vanilla Ice or Pauly Shore and not like having it be contemporary and not a joke about the past. I remember this issue. I was like 10 years old probably when this. How old was I? 96. I was like 10 or 11. 11. I'm about to turn 11 at least. And so I like remember these characters, but it's just weird to see them brought up in a way that's not totally nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I mean? Because they're still punchlines. Upcoming federal budget cuts would mean that school lunches won't be quite as succulent and delicious as they are right now. And finally, right here, Mad is now coming out 4 more times a year. Yeah, they went from, there was a while where it was semi-monthly, 6 issues. Then they went up to 8 issues, and then they went up to 12 issues, which is unheard of. Obviously, it's very much heard of. Most magazines came out on a monthly basis. Here we have Appliance Story, How Other Things in Your House Behave When You're Not Around. This is like kind of a take on Toy Story, but not exactly. If anything, it's more like a take on The Brave Little Toaster. But yeah, it's kind of fun because you don't really see, I don't know, cartoons being lampooned in Mad Magazine. They're in bed now. Let's go and hide. Okay, but the first place they always look is behind the sofa cushions, so we can't go there anymore. You hide under the coffee table, and I'll fall into this pile of magazines. It's no fun unless they get crazed before we're discovered. Classic remotes. Oh, about, I love my microwave life. I have 2 fun things to do. When I cook frozen food, I make some of it scalding hot while I leave ice crystals in other parts. But my favorite thing is hunting for bits of metallic trim on expensive plates and glasses and putting them on a fireworks display as I destroy them. I hear you. My 2 favorite things are leaving crud on the silverware, especially the forks, and getting a shot at something marked dishwasher safe. I love a challenge, and I like to show them who rules. Yeah. It's demolition time. I really like this artwork, though, which is by Steve Smallwood. I wonder if he got made fun of in school. Smallwood. Here we have telemarketing theater artist Jack Davis, writer John Reiner. John Reiner rhymes with Scott Steiner. Somebody punched me in the eye and I got a shiner. My name is Debbie. I'm calling you with some very exciting news. Oops, regarding what? You've been pre-approved for an American Excess credit card. You're right, Debbie. I am excited. That's terrific. Do you have any questions? Yeah. What are you wearing? Excuse me? Whatever it is, I bet it's real tight. What kind of man are you? You should be ashamed of yourself. That's it. Scold me. Tell me I've been bad. Listen, Buster, I'm not paid to listen to this kind of talk. It's okay. I've just got pre-approved credit card. Charge me $3.99 a minute. Pant. Hello, is this the Narish residence? Yes, it is. I'm calling from Lifetime Books. Is Mr. Narish available? No, but I wish he were. Pardon me? Murray, he died. Oh God, Murray. Why him, such a good man? I'm sorry, Mrs. Narish. I didn't mean to upset you. How could I not get upset every time somebody calls for him? I have to admit, he's gone. He's gone. Don't worry, Mrs. Narish. I'll personally take his name off the list. I promise we won't call again. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Schmuck. These are fun. All right. Why is it the only time postal employees move real fast is when they're shooting up a post office? Yeah, why is that? Why is it the only time political candidates with any grace and dignity act with any grace and dignity is after they lose an election? Senator Muckluck is a godless, two-faced, tax-raising, puppy-kicking SOB who will bring nothing but poverty and despair to our state. I want to send my heartfelt congratulations to Senator Muckluck. He really is a fine man. That's the weirdest thing. Like when people are like, they're like the worst stuff, and then that person gets elected or dies, and then they're like, hey, you know what? We have to honor his memory. It's like, I thought we hated him. Why are we honoring his memory if we hated him? Why is it the only American-made machine that seems to be reliable and work efficiently is the Kevorkian suicide machine? Oh, what a big thing that was. I was like a kid and I was learning about people wanting to kill themselves medically. Why is it fast food franchises decided to make their food containers biodegradable instead of their hamburgers? That's a corny one. Why is it the importance of alerting the public to the rising tide of prostitution, sex on the internet, and topless car washes only occurs to local TV news programs during ratings sweeps months? Topless car wash? What? Here we have a court scene we would like to see. In spite of the overwhelming evidence presented by the prosecution, the jury has found you not guilty. You're a free man. And in view of that decision, I find the jury guilty of stupidity. I hereby sentence all of you to 5 years in jail. But this is something, I've seen this recently, and I don't know where. I don't know if this was reprinted in a Mad magazine, like one of the newer Mad magazines. But I do remember seeing this recently. The Devil's Advocate, the monthly newsletter for Satan worshippers. Yak blood versus chicken urine. What's best for your holiday ritual? Have a barbecue and 9 other great ideas for post-sacrificial leftovers. Vomiting on the cross on cue. Our experts show you how. 6 new sins your whole family can enjoy. Horn enlargement, is it for you? This is George Woodbridge. And George Woodbridge, I mean, this whole page just looks amazing. Gosh, how old was he in 1996? That's my question. Because he still got it. Ungodly news. Okay, I'm going to do something I don't normally. I'm going to read some paragraphs. Elwood Drimble, a Shreveport Satanist, set a new world record last month when he broke all 10 commandments in 4 hours and 17 minutes, easily shattering Hans Brickface's old mark of 4 minutes and 54 seconds. Drimble got off to an impressive start, breaking 4 commandments in the first 15 seconds, a record in itself. He began by coveting both his neighbor's wife and wristwatch, proceeding to steal the latter while committing adultery with the former. Commandments 6, 7, 9, and 10. Ever the innovator, Drimble then quickly built a shrine to Wendy's founder, Dave Thomas, while bitterly cursing Jehovah. Commandments 1 and 2. Unexpected pangs of guilt showed the veteran sinner down momentarily. But he recovered nicely, launching a barrage of swear-laden insults at his elderly and frail parents. Commandment 4. Unfettered under pressure, Drimble coolly climbed behind the wheel of his Range Rover and ran over a defenseless poodle. Commandment 5. With the clock ticking down, he called the ASPCA and blamed his next-door neighbor for the puppy's death. Commandment 8. And what about Commandment 3? Not to worry. He did it all on the Sabbath. Way to go, Elwood. I think you're allowed to kill an animal. I don't think that counts. I think it's okay to kill an animal. Anyway, this is great. The art looks great. How would they look? Your favorite artists, your favorite celebrities retouched to look like Satan. Regis and Kathy Lee. Why would Mother Teresa be a Satanist favorite one? Willard Scott, Cal Ripken, and the Olsen twins. You guys, how about this? I just watched through all of the seasons of Full House. Every single episode of it I have now watched. Oh, we gotta look at this, guys. No, let's look at these real quick. The film view. Babe, this family-oriented live-action film starring a talking pig was very good, but would have been even better had all the animals been savagely garroted and their blood drained into a huge vat to be feasted upon by the Babylonian god of chaos, Tiamat. Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. Dull, lifeless sequel. Like the original, Ventura saves animals. What a wuss. Rabdananas Sibrith Ta'erf Studle? When I was reading this, I thought this was like in German and it had been mistakenly printed. Moron. How many times do I have to tell you, wait until the planes turn around up the beach before you read the signs? Classic. Here we have the lighter side of. We're going to power through this because there's still a lot to go through. Here we have the Pope Mobile for rent. Jerry Mooney is the artist. Writer, Paul Peter Porges. Ooh, Paul Peter Porges is quite the writer. Quite the artist, but a great writer. I do like this artwork. This is kind of cool. Is this like computer art? Alfred E. Neuman from behind. A zoo ambulance. Mosquito-free tanning salon. Giant picnic Kool-Aid dispenser with the, I forget what those are called. His hat on the top. NBA ejected player transport. Moving wedding cake display. Bird watchers moving sacred. Not even going to try. I give up. Puppet show in the round. Now playing Die Hard the Puppet Show. Thanks to the Food and Drug Administration, food manufacturers have to follow strict guidelines regarding everything from how much gristle is found in a pack of ground chuck, a lot, to how many ounces of rat droppings are permissible in a can of soup, more than you want to know. Aside from these important regulatory functions, the FDA oversees the per-serving labels found on every container of food in the supermarket. But perhaps it's time for the FDA to broaden its horizons, turn its attention to non-food related items, and give us some information we can really use. It's time to enter an area when per-serving information is placed on everything. Heavy metal album, amount per serving, satanic references, 14 minutes 15 seconds. Cliched sex metaphors, 7 minutes 25 seconds. Tedious guitar solos, 9 minutes. Gratuitous cursing, 10 minutes 35 seconds. Wholly indecipherable lyrics, 6 minutes 45 seconds. Here we have the LL Bean catalog. Stuffy preppy sweaters, 33 items. Khaki casual wear, 14. Goofy duck shoes, 5. Extremely bland models, 46 items. Mad Magazine, cheap shots at readers, 32. Nasty comments about entertainers, 114. Snide remarks towards politicians, low blows aimed at athletes, obscure references readers won't get, 24. Jokes misinterpreted by parents, 46. Intelligent social comments, 0. Recycled stale gags, 186. Sophomoric, moronic, very dumb puns, 63 per serving. I'm trying to get through all of this, and I probably won't. However, look at this. Amazing discoveries. Products that never left the lab. The Flossomatic. This is Tom Chaney, by the way, doing this beautiful artwork and also the writing. The Jumbo Juicer. This might be my favorite illustration. The Turbo Knotter. Oh, God. Here we have the Wipe-O-Matic. The Exhausto-Permer. The Shave-O-Matic. Omatic was like a very popular, very popular thing to add on. Suffix, the Bugovac, and the Hula Duster. I love these. Here we have, this is a very interesting send up. You have, look at, you have like the McLaughlin group, and then you have this. Carol Wine sitting pretty, Caroline in the city, but it's done in a just cartoony. It's like a whole cartoony thing all throughout it. And I don't know. I don't know that I've ever. I mean, I guess like when you see things like Tom Bunk or um, doing, or like who else was the other guy? Bill Ray once did a parody of a movie. When you see that, it's cartoony. So I guess it has been done before, but I don't know. It just feels like it's never been like this, I guess, is what I'm saying. And there's David Letterman. Now here we have, what sinister operation is driving people to the breaking point? Windows 95. And of course, I can't go on without showing this. Probably the most famous Tom Bunk illustration ever. The Zit by Tom Bunk. Showcasing just how truly disgusting this man can draw things. Just a horribly pus-filled cartoon for Mr. Tom Bunk. Anyway, you guys, this has been Mad Magazine number 345. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Remember, pretty please, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That is the #1 way that you can support this channel, and it does really mean a lot to me. If you watched all the way to the end, please, as a comment, leave this. Tom Bunk's plus looks great. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.